Welcome to Viveka Physics classes, and today we will be solving a JEE Advanced problem from the chapter Electrostatics. Take a look on the problem. Okay, in this problem we have a non-conducting smooth track in the shape of quarter circle of radius r in the vertical plane. Okay, a small metal ball A is fixed at the bottom of the track, and another identical ball B, which is free to move, is placed in contact with the ball A. Okay, and then a charge capital Q is given to the ball A, which gets equally shared between the two balls as they are identical. Okay, now the ball B gets repelled from the ball A because of electrostatic repulsive force, and finally the ball B comes to rest in its equilibrium position here by making an angle theta with vertical. Okay, and they have mentioned the condition that the value of this theta is less than 90. Okay, now in the problem they are asking that what is the magnitude of the charge capital Q given to the ball A. Okay, in order to solve this problem we need to draw the free body diagram for the ball B, so that we can analyze the number of forces acting on the ball B, and also we can understand why the ball B is at rest at this position. Okay, now let me consider the distance between the ball A and ball B as x. Okay, now the first force acting on the ball B is the gravitational force, which always acts vertically downwards. mg is the gravitational force. Now I'll proceed this in this direction, and I'll proceed this line in this direction. Okay, now if it is theta here also it is theta, because these two angles are corresponding to each other, and if it is theta here, this angle is also theta because they are vertically opposite angles. Now in this direction I'll get mg sine theta, and in this direction I'll get mg cos theta. Now you can see mg sine theta and mg cos theta are the two components of the gravitational force mg acting on the ball B. Okay, now apart from this gravitational force, this ball B is also having charge. Okay, as a result of this ball B will experience an electrostatic repulsive force due to the charged ball A. Now the charge on the ball A is q by 2, and the charge on the ball B is also equals to q by 2. The electrostatic repulsive force acting on the ball B will be in this direction. Okay, and I'll call this force as Fe, electrostatic repulsive force. Now I can resolve this electrostatic repulsive force into two components. Okay, one along this direction and one along this direction. One along this direction. Before that, I'll call this angle as alpha. If it is alpha, this is also alpha because they are vertically opposite angles, and the value of alpha is 90 minus theta by 2. Okay, if it is 90 minus theta by 2, this angle should be equals to theta by 2, because this whole angle is equals to 90 degree. Okay, if this whole angle is 90, obviously if it is 90 minus theta by 2, 90 minus theta by 2 plus theta by 2 should come 90. So for that reason, if it is 90 minus theta by 2, this remaining angle should be equals to theta by 2, and later we can prove the value of alpha 90 minus theta by 2. How we are going to get this also we can prove later. Okay, so here we'll get Fe cos theta by 2, and in this direction I'll get Fe sin theta by 2. Therefore Fe cos theta by 2 and Fe sin theta by 2 are the two components of the electrostatic force acting on the ball B. This is the situation. Okay. Now, the important thing that we have to note here is that the ball B will remain in equilibrium at this position, means the ball B will be at rest here only when the tangential component of the gravitational force balances the tangential component of the electrostatic force, so that the net force along the tangent will be zero. So for that reason, the ball neither move downwards and the ball neither move upwards. So it will remain at rest here. Okay. Now, to find the value of alpha and to find the value of x, let us make use of the triangle OAB. This point is B here. Okay. And I have shifted this triangle OAB parallelly exactly here. You can see this side. Okay. Let us move this side. Now you can see the same triangle I have drawn here. Okay. Here we have ball A and here we have ball B. Okay. Now let me draw a straight line from O to C, which makes an angle of 90 here, and I'll call this alpha. Okay. This total angle was theta. Okay. Now I'm just splitting this theta into two parts, theta by 2 plus theta by 2. Okay. Now the distance between the two balls AB is x. Obviously, this distance will be x by 2 and this remaining distance will be x by 2. Okay. Okay. Now, in triangle, right? In triangle OBC, we have in triangle OBC, what is sine theta by 2? Sine theta by 2 equals to opposite by hypotenuse, that is equals to x by 2 and hypotenuse is r. Okay. Now from this we can solve for x. Therefore, what is x I am going to get? AB equals to x, that is distance between the two balls, equals to 2r sine theta by 2, and I'll call it as equation number 1. We can also solve for alpha here. Okay. In the same triangle, in triangle OBC, the sum of all the angles should be equals to 180, that is alpha plus theta by 2 plus 90 should be equals to 180. Therefore, solve for alpha. Then alpha should be equals to 180 minus 90 minus theta by 2. Therefore, alpha should be equals to 90 minus theta by 2. So we got the value of alpha also, that is 90 minus theta by 2. The same value of alpha I am using in this diagram. Here you can see. This is alpha. This is alpha. The value of alpha 90 minus theta by 2. If this angle is 90 minus theta by 2, then remaining angle should be equals to theta by 2. Okay. Now I'll rub this part. Okay. Condition for equilibrium. Condition for equilibrium of the metal ball B, that is Fe cos theta by 2 should be equals to mg sin theta. How to solve for Fe? You can use Coulomb's law. Okay, K Q1 into Q2 by R square. So what is the charge of the first body? Q by 2. What is the charge of the second body? Q by 2. What is the separation between them? AB. Apply this one here. What I am going to get? Q square by 4. Separation between the two charges is 2R sin theta by 2. Just now we have proved. Into, what is that we have here? Cos theta by 2 equals to mg sin theta. Okay, take a look on this. Okay. Now let us simplify this equation. k q square by 4 into square of this is 4r square sin square theta by 2 into, here we have cos theta by 2. This side mg into, here the sin theta I will replace it by 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2, where I am using a mathematical application that the sin theta can be written as 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. In the place of sin theta, I am using this application, so I have written. Okay, now we can cancel this part and this part. Okay. So, what is that we are going to get? K q square by 16r square into sin square theta by 2 is equals to 2 mg sin theta by 2. Okay. Where we can also use the value of Coulomb constant. This K is a Coulomb constant whose value is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, as you know, epsilon naught is free space permittivity, which is an electrical property of the medium. Now, let us solve for Q here. Therefore, Q square, what is that I am going to get? Q2. Okay. 4 phi epsilon naught into 16r square sin square theta by 2 into 2 mg sin theta by 2. Okay. Now let us solve for Q. Therefore, Q equals to square root of 4 phi epsilon naught into 16r square sin square theta by 2 into 2 mg sin theta by 2. Q equals to 8r sin theta by 2 into square root of 2 pi epsilon naught mg sin theta by 2. Take a look on this answer and I'll call it as equation number 2. Okay. Okay students, we got the magnitude of the charge which is given to the ball A.